In the town of Honeywell lived a purple worm that dwelled in the mountains. It would go to Bogh Buldhr, a dwarven home. We all ride on a purple worm that's cute. A purple worm that's cute. A purple worm that's cute.
I don't know if it's cute.
We all live in a purple worm that's cute. We ride the purple worm till it dies. I don't know why I went country there at the end.
Till it dies.
That was weird.
Till it dies.
Wow.
Wow.
We're just singing this game.
There's our show opener.
Perfect.
Great. I'm going to have to listen to that like 5 times.
Yep.
The name of the town is not Honeywell. What's the name? Honey Gulch.
Honey Gulch.
Dang it.
Yeah, you got it wrong.
Honeywell sounds too nice. This is a gulch.
It does.
This is a gulch.
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 It's got that
This is a gulch.
sound.
He's got the fermented apple.
So we're in a purple worm.
You're standing outside of it.
Okay, yes.
It just showed up and people walked out. Yes. So that's where we cut back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an elevator. You got to let the people out first before you go in.
Yeah.
Zephin is abhorrent. He's just like, he can't not even believe he's about to get in the maw of a giant worm.
I think Bibini said, I do not like this. What's the last thing?
Bibinice looks at the little friendship bracelet on his wrist.
Finger.
Or finger, I guess. This is for protecting against the worm.
Yep.
Very well.
Galas, hops forward excitedly.
Oh, this looks like it will be fun. It's beautiful.
Bibinice will stomp forward, and once all the other people, the passengers, have disembarked, he stomps forward, humming a tune to himself, and tucks himself inside this thing's maw somewhere, I guess.
So, when you get up upon closer inspection, it's essentially like almost a series of train cars, like rail cars. So there's different compartments to go through.
Okay.
Within, just in the worm's mouth.
Interesting.
So is it like segmented cars going down this thing's esophagus, or is it all contained in the mouth of this creature?
It's all right in the mouth.
Okay.
Interesting.
So are they just, bolted in?
Yep.
Ow.
Yep.
This poor worm.
So, I guess the other two have already went inside.
Oh, yeah.
Zephin is, walking like you would walk in mud. He's, almost tiptoeing up to where the compartments are and where his friends are. And he's just, got his shoulders crunched up, like he doesn't want to touch a single thing, and he's terribly disgusted by this.
You're kind of waved into one of the compartments.
So what does the seating look like? Is it just normal seating, or is it, covered in drool, or...?
It's like a trolley cart. So it's got, bus seating, basically?
Pretty much. Yep.
Awesome. It's a good question, though. Is it covered in drool?
Walking into it, it looks good. It looks clean. But you do see, little drips coming through, cracks and crevices, just little slime trails.
Lovely.
Zephin is if he could be pale right now, he would be. He plops down next to his friends and just looks mortified.
Oh, man. I, plop my barrel down and hop in it. Because I don't know how long we've been walking now. Probably not very long. But
No, it was from, the docks to a cave, right on the edge of the town.
just kind of lounging in my barrel.
and you hear other compartments, doors shutting and things being bolted down. And Dizan's comes up to your car. She's like, first time? Looks like it.
Yeah, first and hopefully last.
Yes.
Oh, I'll definitely be back.
She kind of smiles at that, and she's like, well, that'll be great and all, but first things first. She starts closing the door. Don't die. And then just shuts the door.
What is gonna happen to us?
Oh my gosh.
I'm very concerned.
Are there seatbelts?
There are not seatbelts in here.
Of course not. I am very concerned for our well-being right now.
Like, they may have a monopoly on purple worm transportation, but they do not have safety precautions. You watch as the purple worm's mouth just slowly closes into pitch blackness as you begin to feel the shaking and rumbling as it begins burrowing towards, hopefully, your destination of Bogh Buldhr.
I touch my barrel and cast the light cantrip. So I just have made a glowing barrel now.
Nice.
There's a glowing barrel with a fish sitting in the top of it, just hanging out, kind of slowly rumbling in place.
He's in a glowing barrel, a fish dude, and right behind him is a giant elephant man slowly swaying back and forth, singing to himself.
And Zephyr.
It's just he is literally he has crunched himself up. He's got his arms crossed. He's got his legs, his knees together, his feet crossed over each other. He couldn't be more balled up unless he was on the ground in the fetal position, which you think if it wasn't so disgusting he might be.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else in this car with us?
There's the other dwarven family.
Okay.
That was waiting outside when y'all first arrived. They don't seem bothered. They were a little taken off guard by the sudden light smell, but then they just seem to just ignore it and are just casually sitting there waiting.
Are you guys also going to Bogh Buldhr?
I hope so, or we are in a very bad situation.
That's a weird answer.
As there's just a sudden, jostle of the compartment.
I like how he just acknowledges it's a weird answer but doesn't ask any further questions. When Zephyr hears the answer to that question, he lets out this kind of squeaky response. What does that mean?
You do realize we're inside of a purple worm right now?
I'm well aware.
As there's just a drip of just drooled slime.
He holds back his gag.
Have you ridden the worm often?
Unfortunately, it's the best form of transportation to get to the port and back.
So it's relatively safe. Ish.
Sure, whatever you have to tell yourself.
I mean, you guys are alive and you've been through it multiple times, it sounds like.
Yep. As there's just the violent shaking of the compartment.
Zephyr just is appalled by these answers. What's out there? Why are we so scared? Why are you acting like this? I don't like it.
See, the problem isn't what's out there. You do know how purple worms travel, right? They eat through the earth where they're going.
Oh, God.
So everything they swallow comes through it.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes it's nice and calm, nothing happens. Other times, not so much.
Come on, Zephin. We've been through worse.
Yeah, worse, but not worm drool. Ugh.
I don't think I've ever seen Zephin this disgusted and afraid. Eh, Bibbinies?
This is, disgusting. But it is fine.
Fine? This is fine to you? Worm drool?
Calm down, Zephin.
This is just slobber all around us.
Bibini says, it will be fine, friend Zephin. We will find the artifact, and we will be on our way.
Zephin just, listens to Bibini's and just, takes a deep breath. Not too deep. Just deep enough to calm himself slightly. Because Bibini's is he is calm. Mm-hmm. He is the calm.
I'm the calm in the storm.
And I am the storm.
Yep.
Galas turns back to the dwarven family.
How long does it usually take? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
It should only take a couple hours.
Oh boy.
Hours.
Why did I make him react out of scaredness? This is gonna be a long roleplay. Just kidding.
I spy with my bulgy eye.
My bulgy eye.
Roll a perception check. What do you spy with your bulgy eye?
That is a 14.
Do you have dark vision? I don't know.
I honestly don't either. Nope.
14?
Oh, I do.
And your light spell, and Zephin does have light is 20 feet of bright, 20 dim.
20 and dim for 20. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see the whole container, and there's small little port windows on the sides of it.
Uh-huh.
That are slightly illuminated now, if you want to look out of them and see things in the
Zephin's looking out
inside the worm.
Yeah.
So you both look out one of the windows. You spy something pink, and then you look, and it starts moving. It was far away, and it kind of tumbled with a rush of earth and rocks through the worm and slaps onto the side of your compartment with its tentacles. And then you see something just that blur of movement slap, and then something it slides off to another side. But you hear a slight bit of movement in all of this rumbling of something constantly making noise on your metallic compartment itself, moving around. And so, is there anything else you want to do while this is rumbling? Sitting in fear, Zephin?
Yeah. Actually, and he also has superior dark vision, so I just saw this. So he can see up to 120 feet in shades of gray.
Ah, I see.
He a drow.
Yeah.
Hey, drow.
For what seems like an eternity, Zephin. An eternity. You're sitting in this thing, shaking, holding on for balance, as stuff just violently clatters against it, bouncing off, and you feel that sudden stop. There's no more movement. All the rattling has stopped, and it's just silence before you begin to see the mouth of the purple worm. Light begins to shine through as it separates into, looking through the portholes, you see another similar dock style setup, and there are numbers of people running up to the compartments and beginning to unlock them. and your door comes sliding open.
So Zephin is like bolts out, knocks people over, getting out of this place, and is like dead in a dead sprint to get away from this.
Bibinice, Galas, Zephin has run away.
Yep. I hoist my barrel back onto my back and just kind of waddle and hop out of the compartment.
Bibinice is standing at the back of the car, and he looks at the dwarven family, and he like points his body towards the door, and he lifts a foot and then puts it down. You first.
We're in the middle of like scooping up all their personal belongings and just kind of, okay, and just walk out.
And Bibinice calmly is the last person to leave.
I'm just waiting for Bibinice to just flip out on someone.
The anger of the quiet man.
It's gonna be me.
As you all leave the cave, you see before you this very large city that seems to almost be surrounded by trees, even though you recall traveling through the desert, and there's just sparse little patches of like 2 or 3 trees around the edge of the city. The city itself seems to be a number of tall buildings and other spatterings of establishments that are all made of the same looking material. As you're getting closer to the city, it's very dark, grainy, almost wood-like, but there's this metallic sheen to it.
Is this the ironwood that I've heard about?
This would be the ironwood. You have heard about Bibinice, because you've seen some of the products made using ironwood in the past, and admired them.
Bibinice will walk over to the nearest structure that has the ironwood and just rub his hand up against the grain of the wood. This is a good thing.
Zephin, who has like bolted all this way, and I imagine he's got like one hand up on this building that Bibinice is touching, like he's a little bit farther away, and he's just like doing everything he can not to throw up, and he's trying to breathe really deep.
Oh gosh. Anxiety drow. That's an interesting one. I love it.
I just imagine he's just afraid of germs. Like he really just is not like not like germ, but like disgusting, gross things.
Yeah, sure.
Like it's not a.
That's why he left the Underdark. Because that place is disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Underdark's grody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Galas hops up to Bibinice.
What, this is what we're looking for?
No, this is ironwood. Very excellent crafting material. Can be worked like wood, but hold shape like metal.
Pub.
I do not think so.
It's been hours.
Galas is an alcoholic.
We need to ask questions.
Friend Zephin, whenever you are done breathing heavily, maybe we can find where to go.
He takes one more deep breath, stands up, like fixes himself, adjusts himself, stands tall, and kind of just like pumps his arms up and down a couple times. He's like, I think I got this. I'm okay. I really am. Promise.
Yes. So, Zephin told us earlier that the Trove of the Iron Tyrant is in Bogh Buldhr?
Or that's where people would have information on it, is what the...
Okay.
Yeah, the barkeep said this is where the legends are coming out of. Like, this is where people learn about it.
Is there a smithy nearby?
Yes, you do hear that satisfying clang of hammer on metal.
The beautiful sound. The beautiful discordant symphony of my work. Bibonese shoves his way through the crowd. Not harmfully, but just like a tree that is breaking through the ground, he just makes his way neutrally through the crowd.
You find yourself outside of an open forge. There's no name on the front of it. There's just a sign hanging that has a hammer on an anvil.
Hello. Is anyone here?
You hear the clang stop, and then stepping out from behind one of the workstations, you see a man of similar stature to yourself. Very large horns, very bovine face. This is a minotaur. Wearing like a smithy apron. Sets down a very large smith hammer on the counter. What can I do for you?
Yes, I am, I unsling my shield and kind of point to the symbol of Gond. I am, looking for, Trove of the Iron Tyrant.
Kind of scoffs at you. Let me guess. Another group heard the tales of that old crone, coming to find their fortune.
Yes.
You don't have any business here. You can leave. You can go talk to the old crone again. She'll tell you where to go.
Okay.
If it even exists.
Where is she?
He thinks about where she is in the village as he's thinking of the map of the entire city. And gives you directions to the old crone's house on the outskirts of the trade district. And tells you the directions. Take a right here. Draws a map for you. Here.
Thank you. I take the map and I hand it to Zephin.
Zephin, who's still a little shaky, looks at the map, nods, gives a nod to the Minotaur, and walks out.
Hello friends, and welcome to episode 2 of Sins of the Father, Trove of the Iron Tyrant. I'm your Dungeon Master, Jackson Chandler. I have one very exciting thing to announce during this break. Thanks to the generous upgrade to their pledges by Matthew Patterson, Barry Chenault, and Cindy Gernand, along with all of our new patrons, Linda Wallace, John Chandler, and Becca Bubble, we have been able to break the $400 milestone on our Patreon. All of us at the Misconceptions Podcast Network are incredibly thankful to all of y'all for your support. Not only are we now able to pay the players on our show for their time, both myself and David are collaborating on a Misconceptions and Sins of the Father crossover event featuring the casts of both shows for one incredible story. So stay tuned for more announcements about that, and let's get back to the episode.
Bibonese waits for Galas to walk away, and then we'll follow.
Yeah, Galas just follows along.
Yes, you follow the map. And it takes you down a couple of winding streets out towards a very sparsely populated area. And you see about 15-20 feet from where it looks like the city ends, you see a downtrodden shack that says, you see a sign on it that says Heston's Fortunes.
Heston sounds like a good crone's name. Must be where we need to go.
Oh, you can never trust a fortune teller. You remember that one? No, wait. That was a shaman.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what the difference between those two things is, so yeah, sure.
Bibonese ducks through the door and goes in.
Ah, yes. As you go inside, it is not big. Bibonese, you are slightly uncomfortable trying to fit in here. As you see, there is all kinds of different dried meats, like a rabbit's foot, all these trinkets and things kind of lining little counters everywhere. And then there is a small table in the center where you see seated is an individual in robes with the hood pulled up, covering its face. And you see two eyes that burn like hot coals looking at you.
Are my companions in here with me?
Do we fit?
You would have to squeeze past Bibonese.
I crawl under his legs.
Yes, you just right in between, just whoop, and are in the shop.
Yeah, Zephin has to slide sideways and scoot up, like he's pressed up against Bibonese as he scoots.
And there's that moment where you kind of catch and have to force yourself through to the other side.
Yeah.
Because Bibonese is giving you no room.
I am big.
Yeah, we know, big guy.
The hooded figure kind of gestures a hand towards the table that has 3 chairs in front of it.
Is one of the chairs bigger than the others?
One of the chairs is bigger than the others.
Maybe she is a good fortune teller. She's got a chair for you.
Yes.
Do you sit down, Bibonese, in the chair?
Bibonese will wait for everyone else to sit down before he does.
Okay.
Gallus just kind of plops down in the chair.
Zephin takes a seat, not really so concerned about his surroundings as he was when there was saliva everywhere.
And Bibonese also sits down.
And Bibonese, this chair fits. You are supported by its weight. And it's slightly comfortable.
This is a good chair.
So as you all sit down, the hooded figure addresses all 3 of you. You must be the one searching for the Trove.
When she says that, Zephin turns to the others and goes, "Wow, she is good."
Is this your sarcasm or sincerity?
This is sincerity. I mean, she's a fortune teller. That's...
Oh, yes.
She kind of chuckles at the confusion of Bibonese between sincerity and sarcasm.
It is something he has had to try to get used to on the ship, and he's not used to it.
Yeah, we're here about the Trove. We were told to come here. This is where the rumors come out of.
They are not merely rumors, child. They are whispers of the dreams, the memories of the old, and the new. And they speak to me. Let me tell you a story. As there's a small little brazier in the middle of the table, something is thrown into it and it sparks into a lit flame. Long before the birth of man, or of monster, the first seed of the first tree was planted. And you see a small little sprout pop up, and then it springs forth into a bunch of trees filling the entire flame. And the land prospered. Beings of all kinds, upon arrival, were welcomed by one another, and there was no conflict. The flames go out. They come back this bright, burning red until the Tyrant arrived. You see this large, metallic-clad figure swinging an axe and a tree falling over. Everything he put his hands on became his. Man and nature alike. But upon arrival at the Iron Tree Forest, he took that which was not given to him. For the forest belonged to Sylvanas. But this forest was not just his. It was a gift he planted for his daughter, who roamed through these woodland areas and brought light to all those she met. Until the Tyrant came and whisked her away. As you see, a small tree with a large growing seed on it snatched out of the ground, and thus the forest began to wither away. And now it seems that the last of the ironwood is to be whisked away for man's machinations, and a new forest needs to be planted. But the seed of iron is locked away in Trove, the Iron Tyrant. You see the crumbling ruins of an old castle take form in the flames. Now that is the real treasure that the Iron Tyrant has hid for so long. Blinded by his greed, the ironwood was only meant for him, he decreed, and locked away the means of making more.
So, it's a seed?
It is not any seed. It is a seed of the first seed. That which gives life to all ironwood.
Surely the captain didn't send us here for a plant.
There are many treasures to be had within a tyrant's dwelling, but none of them as valuable as the creation of life.
The captain must have had his reasons for wanting a seed. Ironwood is very good for crafting. Maybe he wanted a new ship.
Maybe he wants whatever else is there?
But it is not our place to ask, just to get.
Well, there better be more than just trees.
Now, is there anything else you require?
Yes, where?
She kind of chuckles to herself. What you seek is in the shore of collapse. Look for the place where a ship came on a sea of bones, and the treasure waits behind a silver skull.
Now, are we talking, like, metaphorical sea of bones? He's got his, like, eyes narrowed in his hands. He's just gesturing.
That you will have to find out for yourself.
Typical.
This is why I hate fortune tellers.
So, do we know where the Shore of Collapse is?
Yes, it is. It is a known location near Bogh Buldhr. Which it's essentially the center of the desert.
The Shore of Collapse is the center of the desert?
Yep.
We have to go through the desert. Great.
Yes, this is great. Bibini says while swaying back and forth very happily.
I stare up at Bibinice.
Can we please get a drink first? Please.
You have had 3.
That was 2 hours ago. Come on, big guy.
Zephin sighs. Well, we might as well get a fresh start in the morning, right?
That's the way we're talking. I'll meet you guys at the inn.
As Galas gets up and walks out.
Did he say which inn?
Nope.
Nope. He did not.
This is a bad thing.
This is a bad thing.
Well, I'm not being followed. What's happening?
Bibini stands up and once Zephin has left, or, if he doesn't, Bibini looks at the crone and says, thank you.
She nods her head. Of course, Bibanice.
And he ducks his head and goes out.
Does it occur to him that he didn't introduce himself?
Oh yeah, he just doesn't care. he respects this woman and her vast knowledge.
You both begin walking back to find Galas.
I was gonna say, being able to look over most everybody's head in this city, can I please see where our fish friend has gone?
Yes, you see.
You see me hopping down a street.
As you start walking away, just Bibanice guiding Zephin in which direction Galas is going as they're walking. Galas, you get this cold sensation on the back of your neck as if someone's looking at you. And you turn around, and the shack's not there again.
What? I need a drink. I'm going crazy.
And you find a tavern. End of episode.
All right.
Yeah.
Jackson, take us into our first after party for the Iron Trove.
Yeah. Welcome to Trove of the Iron Tyrant After Hours.
Goo 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 goo.
Goo, 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 goo. Thoughts, comments, concerns?
I
Go.
hate it.
You're
Okay,
a jerk.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, just kidding.
Bibanice is dead.
Bibinice is dead. No, that was cool. That was fun. I love the giant worm.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
That was good.
I was totally expecting some sort of, underground railway or something. I was
I
not
know.
expecting a...
It was either a giant
Purple
purple worm
worm.
that carried you in its mouth, or it was going to be a series of tunnels with bullets that had riding on top of them,
Ooh, okay.
seating.
That would have been interesting too.
Interesting.
And I just kind of went with the giant purple
I
worm.
love the giant purple worm. It's fantastic.
The
I
Alaskan
think that would've been
bullworm.
Yes.
Was an Alaskan bullworm.
Oh man. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I did not expect us to be going to a desert. I fully expected us to be like a doing shippy things.
That's because you weren't here 5 minutes before when Jackson was
Oh
telling
yeah,
us.
like right before you joined, I was like, so I made a rash decision to not do it on an island. I want to do this desert environment.
Like, okay.
And they're like,
cool.
okay.
That's what I get for enjoying an ice cream with chocolate syrup.
I want ice cream.
I also want ice
Why
cream.
you gotta be like that?
Jerk.
Why you gotta be a jerk and get ice cream without us?
I'm
David?
sorry.
Why did you bring me ice cream? No.
I'd get arrested.
No, you wouldn't.
I know.
Unless.
Marla, what were you saying?
I really liked it. I think it's tough for us getting back in the groove. I think again because
It's different.
It is different, but I do think we're getting there, and I think we're it's a very different story than Sins of the Father, and I like that about it.
Yeah. The last time we recorded an episode of Sins of the Father was in November. It is now April. We have not recorded in a long time. We've recorded like side quests and stuff. But like with Jackson at the helm, it has been a while.
It felt.
Yeah, I hate
it. Felt weird. We're out of practice. It feels like, and I don't like it.
Yeah. But hey, we're about to get back into the swing of it.
Yeah.
We got this. I like this. This is gonna be interesting.
Jackson, how did you feel about it?
Blech. I hate everything I do. I hate everything I do.
Oh my gosh, Jackson.
I'm telling it to you straight.
I'm aware, but come on, man. You're a great GM.
Well, I really liked it. I like that you created these two unique cities with very unique architecture and people in them, and I'm glad that we spent like 30 minutes in each town before going to the next one.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's okay. At some point, we need to stick it into town for like 6 episodes.
Well, I mean, we haven't left Bogh Buldhr
That's
yet.
True.
Or Bogh Buldhr.
Although Bibanese really wants to.
Bibanese wants to be in the desert, man.
You're in the desert.
He wants it.
Galas does not. Galas is gonna hate his life.
Okay, he's got water.
He does have an unlimited supply of water.
I just think of a drow in this bright desert, and I think he's gonna be miserable. But
Oh, yeah.
It's true. You're gonna hate the sunlight.
Yeah, 2/3 of this party is not going to do well in the desert.
Indeed.
that's gonna make for good role playing, though.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Oh, yeah. Bibanese will just strap the decanter of endless water to his back
And carry me
and
in
carry
it.
Galas through the desert.
That would be really funny, actually. We may have to do that for a short bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, anybody listening, my barrel on my back is a decanter of what is it? Endless water? Something like that?
Yes.
So he just has
Yes.
that forever. Until he loses it.
What was... Oh, yeah, I remember now. I was trying to remember what magical item you got, but then again, I didn't want to spoil it for whenever we finally revealed it in the game or something.
That's going to be pretty cool.
But, I mean, they've already seen
They've seen the
your
barrel.
endless water.
They've seen the
Yeah.
barrel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a barrel.
It's just a barrel.
Just a barrel.
He's just Gara with water on his back.
Perfect. No. Kind of. I'm Gara if Gara was a drunken fish.
Kind of, I'm Gara.
Yep.
If Gara was nothing like Gara.
Can you learn the spell water burial?
Amazing. Now, I'm excited for the first time I get to shoot a geyser out of my barrel. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because unlike Sins of the Father, Trove of the Iron Tyrant, they are not children.
You're not.
They're full-fledged
We will
adventurers.
have combat.
They can
Yes.
handle
We will have
challenges.
combat. Good amounts of combat.
So expect to see that in the future.
Yes. That's gonna be great.
We're gonna get up in that
It's
combat.
gonna be good. It's gonna be real good.
Could happen at any moment.
Good.
Like right now.
Like right now.
Roll for initiative.
This isn't even an episode.
Bibonese would have rolled a 5 on initiative. Bibonese is not a quick dude.
I got a 12.
Is it that he's not quick, or that he's calm and waits for everything to happen before he reacts to
I
it?
am not fast.
I like that better.
Bibonese assesses the whole situation before acting.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna do so much research into elephants and how they vocalize and how they move.
They're actually
Because I
pretty
want
fast.
to emulate all of that. Oh yeah. They
For a
book
big
it.
animal, and they're
But I was just talking about like how they talk and like how they vocalize and stuff. Because I did a little bit of it in the train.
Yeah.
But when elephants point in a certain direction and they lift their foot, it's like, I want to go this way. So he was pointing towards the door and he was lifting his foot, waiting for the people to get off the train because he was he was waiting for them to move.
That's funny.
That's adorable.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna try to work in stuff like that.
Great. I like it. And I like his whole considering us as his herd.
Oh yeah. Elephants are super social animals. And so my Loxodon is also going to be a super social animal. Well, he's going to belong to social groups, but he's not going to be a social animal. Because he has a 10 charisma.
Fair. I have a 15 charisma. I'm a very charismatic.
You have
grumpy
15?
fish.
I don't even
Dang.
know what I have.
But charisma's my spellcasting mod for sorcerer, so
Yeah.
I have an 8 intelligence.
Oh yeah. I got a 17 in charisma.
Ah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
kind of
is
just happened naturally that Zephin felt like the leader of the group.
Oh yeah. And I think he should. I think he is for the most part, anyways. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think from like a perspective of interacting with other individuals, Zephin is probably the most capable of that, just because
Oh yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Most definitely.
Gallus is like, yeah, drinking, I'm a happy fish. Like,
Yes.
just seems like it's a bit much. And then you've got Bibonese. My brain
Bibonese.
blinked. You got Bibonese, who's just like, this is a good chair.
This is a good chair.
It's true.
It was so funny. There's so many times like you'd say something and I'd be like waiting a beat, like, that's it. Oh, okay.
Yep, that's it.
It just stops. Like you wait for him to continue the sentence, but that's
I
it.
love it. I love it
Yep,
so
that's it.
much.
Yep. That's all he has to
It's
say.
perfect. It's fantastic.
Jackson, I think I cut you off earlier. What were you saying?
How earlier was that?
I thought you were gonna. Whenever I start talking about Bibonese,
I don't know.
which as I say that's no clarifying statement at all.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. We're just gonna keep going. You know what time it is?
MVRP point.
What time is it?
MVRP.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Bah, bah.
I'm gonna have to give it to Galas. He almost destroyed a bar without actually doing it.
He. Yeah.
He almost made that whole bar capsize.
It was fine. It had anchors in place because they're used to it.
When you go into a bar with nothing but sailors and dock workers and say free drinks.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
playing Galas like your
true.
average, normal old pirate, so kind of.
He wants everyone to love him.
Yeah, I want everybody to love him.
Yeah. It's going to be it's very interesting because each of our characters is very different from our Sins of the Father characters. So it's going to be interesting to see just how how it changes our dynamic as
That's
players
true.
and
That's
storytellers. Yeah, but my vote goes to Galas.
Okay. I think mine's gonna go to Zephin for how funny him with the worm was.
Oh, thank you.
It was hilarious. No, it was great. I thought it was really funny.
You know where mine's going.
Where is it going, Jackson?
Bibanese.
I loved Bibonese, honestly. I don't know. It's really tough. So, like, the backstory is, and I don't know if we caught this on the recording, but I didn't plan on Zephin being like that. Like, being like this, like, not germaphobe, but not, like, disgusting things disgust him. But I just wanted to go, like, so left field from Galas, because it's just like, it's disgusting, I love it. And it's just like, it's disgusting, I hate it.
And Bibonese is like,
care.
this is a good choice.
This is disgusting, but it's okay.
I don't know. I think, again, it always is so difficult to pick on these, and I mean, at least I don't have Jacob in the mix to have to pick from too, but
I suppose that's fair.
I don't know. I think I think I gotta give it to Bibonese. I think he's so cool. Like, he's just like that calm dude that, you know, that's just like, yeah, this is cool.
He's like the Tonto, or
yes,
you know, he's just the straight-laced dude in a chaos world.
but not like a racist character.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Nope, he's just an elephant. An elephant with a big old hammer.
A really big hammer.
A real big hammer. I mean, if it's two-handed for a Loxodon, it's
Yeah.
a big hammer. I can't wait to hit something with it. That's something I'm excited about. Like, Ricket cannot do any damage, God bless his soul.
Yes.
But Bibonese is going to wreck somebody's world
Sweet
whenever he
little
hits
boy.
somebody with his maul.
Eventually,
Sweet little boy
Sweet
wizard.
Little boy wizard's gonna be casting some crazy spells, though.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for my sweet little boy wizard to grow up. Get them big man
I'm
spells.
excited for some interesting stuff with my spells,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna flavor the crap out of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Bibonese is going to be pumping out the all the protection, soaking up all the damage, and hitting people with his hammer.
Oh. When I use Misty Step, I'm gonna jump in my barrel and it's gonna disappear, and I'm gonna pop out of it in another area.
Yes.
Anyways,
Flavored spell casting is best.
it's the absolute best. Mechanics can be the same. Flavor it, make it interesting. Yep. All right, well, that was cool. I'm excited to see what we get up to in
I
the
dig
desert.
it. Yeah. Jackson, do you have any charge for us as brave adventurers going into the desert?
Keep rolling crits. Thanks for listening to this episode. Next episode will be released on July 6th. Don't forget to like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at Sins of the Pod. You can also email us at misconceptionspod@gmail.com. If you enjoy our show, we'd appreciate it if you would share it with your friends, leave a review on iTunes, or if you're feeling especially generous, consider donating to our Patreon. If you do review us on iTunes, copy it and email it to us at misconceptionspod@gmail.com for a free Sins of the Father decal. Sins of the Father is an actual play podcast using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition role-playing game by Wizards of the Coast. Sins of the Father is a part of the Misconceptions Podcast Network. That about covers it for this episode, so until next time, keep rolling crits.